Gender stereotyping is when you are basing someone's abilities on whether they are a female or a male.
Stereotyping is pretty much male roles, female roles, and like how society thinks.
Gender stereotyping is assuming that one gender is more capable of doing something than the other, or that one is more associated with behaviors.
Gender stereotyping affects education because it kind of like lays out a role of what females should do and what men should do, and in a sense that like it pushes us towards certain jobs and certain roles that we might like do or take on later in life, and that women are more geared towards one thing and men are geared towards another thing, and it's kind of like off track if you don't necessarily follow that.
Alright, well, if a certain gender is told that they are inferior, they might believe that through their education system and pursue less or achieve less because of it.
I think there's a lot more awareness about gender stereotypes, so it's more quicker to be called out. So in a lot of ways, I think it is being improved, but it also kind of seems like more of an issue because in past decades, it wasn't really something that was talked about. It was something that was expected. Like females would go and take home ec, and males would go and take like carpentry or something like that. And now that's not the expectation. So there's a lot more awareness for the subject, and people are working to improve it.
I don't know about necessarily more of an issue. I would say it's definitely being more talked about. It's definitely an issue for sure. I think people are probably starting to get better about it because, you know, there's no reason for it.
I remember when I was like 9 years old, I was playing soccer in my hometown, and there was this one girl. She was part of the team. She was actually the only girl there. She was playing with us because there wasn't a girls' team. So I guess this is a gender stereotype, of course, when there isn't women's sports as equal as men's, let's say.
Most definitely. I mean, in high school, I had a physics teacher. He told me that I couldn't do well in physics because I was a female.
I'm sure I have at some point, like somebody saying be tough because you're a boy or something like that, but it's not a major impact.
The only way that I really think I've been like maybe gender stereotyped, I guess, is because I am the best of both worlds, I guess, in my own sense, because I love to hunt and I love to fish and I like to go to the rifle range and do all these things that most girls wouldn't do. But I'm also like the little girly girl who loves to put on my makeup and get dressed up and go out, and people don't really know what to think when they see me in both positions. And especially when it comes to me hunting and enjoying doing all the things that guys like to do for the most part. They always give me kind of a funny look, but they think it's a good thing.
No, not personally.
Absolutely. Being pre-med means that I'm one of the few females in STEM major. And just hearing like comments like, oh, are you a nursing major rather than are you pre-med, and are you sure you can handle it? Don't you want to start a family sometime? It definitely affects me.
I think so now. I don't know.
Yes, and yes. I was a STEM major before I was pre-law, and I got told a lot that I couldn't do it just because I was a girl. Like, I wasn't cut out for it, and like, don't I belong in the home, and like, am I really gonna be the breadwinner in a family? Like, what is my future husband gonna think about that? Now as a law major or pre-law major, I get told, you know, oh, like, why are you gonna bother going to law school? Like, aren't you gonna start a family? Like, don't you want to be a stay-at-home mom? So.
Me personally, no. But that's because I'm a guy. So it just doesn't really affect guys.
Probably against women, just assuming they're weak or helpless, or that they belong in the household and not don't have an equal opportunity in the workforce.
I think the worst gender stereotype that most people account with is that women should stay at home, take care of the kids, do all the domestic work while the male goes out and does the job to bring in the income.
No, I don't. We're all equal. Gender has nothing to do with capability in any shape or form.
Nope. I think you can do whatever you set your mind to as long as you work for it.
No. I guess not. No.
Of course not. I don't believe it's right because every person has the same brain structure, capable of learning the same, capable of being whatever they want to be, regardless if you're a male, regardless if you're a female.
Right. I agree with her. You can do it.
What really surprised me about some of the responses that we got in the videos were how the girls were saying that almost every one of them felt like they were being stereotyped for their gender, and most of the guys said that they didn't feel that way about their gender and how they didn't feel like they were being stereotyped against. And it made me think of like some of the stuff that we talked about in class about how like women like see certain things differently than like guys would see certain things, and how that can like change kind of the whole perspective in a classroom.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was surprising that the guys never really noticed how certain things repeated over and over again. Like the video we watched in class talked about like the girls getting ignored for the guys being able to answer and stuff like that. The guys never really experienced that during their education, but a lot of the girls brought up points of that and like being complimented for the prettiness of their work instead of the content of their work, and how as they got like throughout school that was definitely brought up a lot. And when it's drilled into your head over and over that the prettiness is better than the content, then it definitely starts to shape your form of mind and how you think about yourself and your future education.